Hey, it's your afternoon girlfriend, Yvonne Daniels. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a great day. And man, so happy to be able to come on and talk to this lovely lady here to my, let me see, she's to my right, your left on the side. This is Attorney General Dana Nessel. Hey, we just talked a little bit on the radio, didn't we?
We did. It was great.
Yes. So, like I said, we're going to just talk about a little bit about the fun stuff. First of all, in case you didn't know, I actually found out what the Attorney General actually does. She is just basically like the lawyer for the state of Michigan. So basically, you are defending our freedoms, which is so cool.
Yeah, I represent not just the state of Michigan and all the agencies and commissions and things of that nature, but I also represent the people of the state of Michigan. So I bring a lot of lawsuits on behalf of people who live in our state and on behalf of their interests.
Yeah. So yeah, we need somebody like that on our team, right? For sure. All right. So a lot of fun stuff here. We've got a great community carnival event that's going on this afternoon at New Mount Calvary Church, and you're going to be hanging out there, having a lot of fun.
I am. Yeah. I'm hoping for some good hot dogs, maybe some ice cream, some good pop. We'll see what's up.
Okay. All right. So what's your favorite pop?
Honestly, I really like Faygo a lot.
Haven't heard that name in a while, right?
Yeah. No, I love Faygo, and they have a whole bunch of different types of Faygo pops, but I like the vanilla cream soda. That's my favorite.
Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Like
so
that? Okay.
I do. Hopefully
Yeah,
they'll have
good.
that there, but we'll see. So you got to come on out to New Mount Calvary to find out about that. 2:30 to about 5 o'clock is when that's going to be going on. So bring the entire family out. It is free. You can say hey to our Attorney General here, and man, all right. So we were talking a little bit too about the fact that this is a big election year. Man, a lot going on. And so we wanted to kind of talk about some of the tactics, voter suppression, how to spot some of these tactics, how to avoid all this stuff. So give us some ideas.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, there are a lot of attempts at voter suppression. That is especially true with minority communities.
Mm-hmm.
So the African American community, the Latino community, and any immigrant communities. There's also always a really big push to try to disenfranchise those voters. And so there's a lot of things that we recommend to people. First of all, there are going to be efforts at disinformation, which means what they'll try to do is send you text messages or put postings on social media or robocalls that will have false information. And it'll say that your precinct has been moved, or they'll tell you that certain things will happen if you register to vote absentee, like your information is going to be shared with, law enforcement, which is not true at all.
Mm-hmm.
And, another thing is they'll tell you that you are not eligible to vote. Like if you have convictions on your record. In Michigan, doesn't matter. Everybody gets a chance to vote unless you're actually serving a sentence in prison or jail.
Wow.
So everybody else can vote. All you got to do is register, and you register either with your local clerk or the Secretary of State's office. And, you should check and make sure that your registration is still valid.
That's so funny because we found out that actually 95% of our area, we found out they were actually registered to vote. So our issue is actually getting people to the polls. So, for us, we know that 9 times out of 10, whatever they're trying to get you to do, you probably already, if you're registered, then you just need to kind of keep moving from someone that's maybe like in your grocery store parking lot trying to get you to sign a petition or sign something that could be not serving you.
Well, but it might be. And that's why it's important, stop and take your time and take a look at whatever the petition says, but read it for yourself. Because remember, the circulator who's trying to get you to sign gets paid by the signature, and they'll say anything to you to get you to sign, including telling you lies about it. So it's really important to read it, but some of those are really important. So I would really advise people, take a minute. I know it can be annoying, but read it for yourself, see what it has to say, and if you decide something you support, then you should sign for it.
Okay. So are there different, because you don't ever know who is behind whatever petition. So there's no way to check that way as far as whoever is trying to get you to sign. Can you ask them, are you with this group or with that group?
You sure can. I think the best thing to do sometimes, though, is just, you can do it right on your phone, Google it, and you can look up, what is this about? And you'll get information about it so you can know who's supporting it and what it purports to do. Maybe that's always a good practice before you sign, so you know what you're signing for. The last thing you want to do is put your signature on something and then find out it's for something that you think would be incredibly harmful to you or your community. Right.
You definitely would have regrets. I have done that, actually. I had a young man and I said, I told him I was leery, and I told him that I would like to look up whatever it is that he was trying to get me to sign. And he was like gracious, like, sure, yeah. So he probably was legit, with as gracious as he was. But yeah, I definitely purport to doing that, to looking it up, to making sure that you know what you're signing
Yeah,
before you sign
absolutely.
it. So,
Like
okay.
anything else, right?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
put your signature on something if you don't know what it is.
Right, right. Well, I tell you what, once again, this big election is happening in August. So hopefully folks will get out and vote. That's so important. That's power. That's the only way we can make things change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And let me say this. First of all, we have no reason absentee voting in Michigan now.
Okay.
Thank goodness. And that was something that was passed by a voter initiative that lots of people who are listening right now probably signed for. And it used to be you had to be 65 or older, or you had to be out of town. Not anymore. Anybody can vote absentee.
Okay.
So all you got to do is go online, and you can do this again. You can look up your local clerk, or you can look up the Secretary of State. You request your absentee ballot, and then you don't even have to go to the polls. You know, you can a ballot will automatically be sent to you at your address, and you fill it out and you send it back. And as long as you are far away enough from the election that it'll be received by 8 p.m. the night of the election, your vote will be counted that way. If not, if you go to the polls, here's the thing to know. Lots of people worked really, really hard in this country to get the right to vote. And for women, for people of color, didn't start out that way, did it? It took a long, long time to be able to vote. So there's a lot of people out there that are going to try to mess with you, but just know this. First of all, if you do decide to vote in person, you're going to be safe. Your local police department is going to make sure that nobody does anything unsafe at the polls. So you don't have to worry about that. But if there is a line because you have some people who are sort of challenging your right to vote when you're there, then don't give them the satisfaction of walking away. That's what they want to happen. They don't want you to vote. Don't give them that satisfaction. This is your country. And in order to fight for it, it means that you have to cast a ballot. Otherwise, the other side wins, right? Those who don't want you to vote and didn't want you to vote in the first place get their way because then you don't actually vote. So if you want to have your interests represented, you have to make sure you vote. There's so many ways to do it. And again, you can vote absentee. You can go right now to the Secretary of State's website and just have that ballot sent right to you at your address, vote at your leisure, send it back in the mail. It's such an easy process. Don't forget to do it. It's really important.
You said one word that was because you have to fight. We have to be intentional and we have to continue to fight. And also knowledge is power. So a lot of the things that you're saying, if people don't know it, then they don't know how easy it is to do something or how easy it is to, to be able to have that power to go and do. So thank you for the knowledge. Hopefully, if you didn't get a chance to watch this or you only joined us halfway through, it's going to be saved on our Kiss 107.1 Facebook page, our YouTube channel. So go back, watch it, share it to somebody that needs this information and you can't remember everything we said. Just send it to them, okay? But once again, we thank you so much just for your time, just for your service. Defending our freedoms, Attorney General Dana Nessel. Yeah, and we'll see you out at the carnival. Make sure that you go vote too in August, all right? Yeah, for sure. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Have a great weekend. Well, holla.